Well, this is my real go at alley welding. Not so good, but I suppose it's a little oil pot I'm making. The base of it is cast aluminium, which is that part of our Richard's Golf old suspension unit. Now cut that off and milled it, and that piece is just an aluminium piece of plate. So we're talking totally dissimilar metals as such, with cast alloy and sheet alloy. And the welding rod that I got when I got TIG welders, I haven't got a clue. I probably got wrong everything, but it has welded. I just need to flatten that bottom off because that is the base. And then we've got this bit to make, which is going to be the lid, and the brush goes in there. Just for cutting oil on the machine, instead of using this silly thing all the time. It keeps falling over and end up with oil everywhere. So the idea is that that brush will go into that hole. There'll be a tube underneath, and if I knock the pot over, which is probably a lot less chance because it's bigger and heavier, but if I knock pot over, it shouldn't spill. So I've got to cool this thing down now and then grind bottom flat so it don't rock about. But quite pleased so far. So after 10 minutes, just trimming the weld down. We've got our bottom. So basically that now is the bottom of the pot, and that'll sit like that, and that, oh, I've clamped it in, but that is going to sit on there as a plug, and I've turned inside of that down so it'll fit inside that. And there'll be a short rim that'll stick up, and the rest of it will be inside, but it'll be turned down so just a little bit bigger than that, so it'll form a tube that will go near the bottom. So then you fill it with your cutting oil, and then you just dip your brush in and out. But if it falls over, it can't come out. It just spills around the edge, it don't come back up the tube. That's the plan and that's the idea. With just a piece of aluminium that is amazing what you can do with a bit of alloy. So there you go. Next job's that. I will video that too when I'm doing it, but I've got to swap out the 3-jaw self-centering chuck. I've got to take that out and put in this 4-jaw chuck, because I can't chuck that into that 3-jaw, it don't get enough grip. So obviously once I put this in, I'll get dial gauge and adjust every jaw until I've got that right. Face that off, turn it round, bob it back in, put a centre in to keep a pressure on it, because this stuff is terrible for jumping out of the jaws, and there's not a lot of grip as you can see there. So yeah, that will be held tight. Not too tight on the edges, I don't want to damage it. Some people actually wrap a piece of alloy round it, or brass, but I've done it before, should be okay. I'll video it and add it to this one. Thank you for watching. I found the best way of cutting this dowel in is with an HSS tool. I found the tip tools are too sharp and they pick up and you end up with loads of string. And I go on and off job like this and it breaks like a chip brake. You can notice it there, but This is for the cutting oil pot I'm making. And that's as deep as I can go with that tool. No, it's probably not actually. Use the clutch and then I'm not pressing on control panel, which will move that camera because it's just sat there with a bit of a clamp on it. I suppose I could go in like that. So I'm not used to using the clutch. Plumbing stuff. Look at it. String. Lots of string. Go in and back off each time. Every time you back off it breaks. Otherwise it just carries on into a length of string and wraps itself around. Which it's probably going to do now. This will form the orifice where the cutting oil will be. Basically it's a lid for that. That goes on there. And your brush comes down the centre. There's already a hole down here, and yeah, obviously it was just a piece I got. It was £1.50 at a cat boat sale, this block with the hole in it, so the hole will have to be what it is. But okay. If anybody hasn't guessed, this is a little Myford Super 7B. It has got powered feed, but when you're doing jobs like this you don't want to use powered feed. And it's got powered cross feed, which I did use earlier on for the first time since I've had this machine. I give it a try and it was great. I put it on the like screw gearbox here, and I just played around with it till I got feed speed I wanted, and it was quite good. Right, we're getting near now. Don't really want to take much more off. Obviously the more I take off, the more oil I can get in the pot. Because you only have to half fill these pots with oil, so that if they get knocked over they don't spill. No good filling them up, otherwise you're wasting your time. Obviously the narrower this piece of tube, the better. I've gone far enough. At some point I'm going to back all this out to try if that fits on the pot, which I don't think it does yet. I need a little bit more of it. I'll give it a try. knock off the inverter. Yeah, that one's a bit more off it. I did overcut it, if you like, or should I say undercut, so that I could get it right now. Once I've got this turned, I had this other way around to face the back of this off. So it does need a little bit off. We'll do some measuring. Anyway, basically all I was doing was showing that I'm making a little cutting oil pot to replace that. The brush will go down the middle of this. This will be a tight fit in here that I turned. Hopefully it won't leak, and then if it falls over, you don't lose your oil, or very little. It can come out of the tube. Right, that's enough for that, I think. It was just to show what we're doing. Perfect. So, less than half full. Probably too much in there actually, but no mind. A clean brush. That's the plan. Might cut that down a bit, but maybe it bristles as well. But it turned out lovely. Exactly what I wanted out of a piece of scrap metal. Job's a good one. So it says you can't use old car parts. I made that. Well chuffed. Okay, thanks for watching.